Hi, and welcome to Movement Mondays. I'm Alex. For today's workout, all you're going to need is a yoga mat or towel, something comfortable to lay on, some water, and then a chair or a stool or something that's sturdy enough for you to sit on. And you don't necessarily need that, but it might be helpful. So sorry we're a little bit late today. There were some technical difficulties, but we are here now. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. So grab your yoga mat or towel. Make sure that your space is cleared so that you have room to work out, and we're going to get started. I'm just going to make sure that I have the comments open. So as always, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Just make sure that you are commenting on the Thunderwell page. If you're watching from another page, it will not show me the comments on that page. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with some walkouts today. So standing up nice and tall at the end of your yoga mat or towel, or just on the floor if your floor is comfortable. We're going to walk our hands out into the plank position, and then all the way back. Stand up, reach for the sky. We're going to do this 5 times. And last one. So this last one, when you walk out into the plank, you can stay in that plank. You're going to bring one leg forward, open up toward that leg, and then switch. So we're going to do 3 per side. And so go ahead and you can bring your knees to the ground. We're going to come into a tabletop position. So on your hands and knees, we're going to inhale up into our spine, exhale down towards the floor. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, just a few more. Perfect. So you can stay in that position. I'm going to turn so that you have a little bit of a better angle to see what I'm doing. So you're going to take one hand, place it behind your head, bring your elbow all the way into the other wrist, and then open as far as you can. You can look at that elbow and then come back. So we're going to do 5 reps per side, nice and slow. And switch sides. Make sure you are breathing. And then go ahead and sit back into child's pose. And come on up. So we're going to switch gears for a second, then we're going to come back to the floor. So we're going to do a standing squat stretch, or a mobility drill, rather. So you're going to stand a little wider than your normal squat stance. Sit all the way back, come down, grab your toes. So your elbows are on the insides of your knees, pushing those knees out. So we're just going to shift back and forth a little bit. Try to keep your chest up. You can wiggle back and forth a little bit, and then come on up into a hamstring stretch. And back down into that squat. This time, if you want to actually use your elbows to push your knees out a little bit, you can. And back up into that hamstring stretch. You can slowly roll yourself all the way up. And then if you have something you can place your foot against, we're going to do a calf stretch. So for this calf stretch, I'm going to have you place your foot against a wall or a chair, something that won't, ideally you can keep from moving. You can lock your knee and lean just like I am. You're going to feel that stretch in your calf. You're going to take a few deep breaths. And then switch legs. All right, so we're going to come back to the floor. So for this next stretch, I'm going to have you lay on your back, your legs extended, and you're going to just pull one knee into your chest at a time, and then just take a few deep breaths. And switch which leg is to your chest. You may get some popping in your hip. You may have just heard my hip pop. All right. So we're going to flip over. You're sitting on your mat or towel. And we're going to do a set of YTAs. So we did these last week. We've done these actually multiple times. So you're going to want to rest your forehead on the ground for these. Arms extended. So you're going to make your legs down the ground. So you're making a Y, T, A. So squeezing those shoulders. So Y, T, A. We're going to do a set of 8. And then you can press up. And we're going to stand up again. And last but not least, so let's do a quad stretch. So you're going to pull one leg back, just like this. You can grab onto something if you feel like you need help balancing. Just gonna hold. Switch legs. All right. So grab a sip of water, and then I'm gonna talk about circuit 1 today. So while I'm talking, if there's anything else you feel like you need to stretch or do to get ready for this workout, please feel free to do it. Okay. So circuit 1 today is a plank, bird dogs, glute bridges, and push-ups. So for our plank today, we are just doing a static hold. So you can do this plank on your knees or in full extension. If you are on your knees, you're making sure that you're still keeping that core engaged and you're not letting your low back arch, whether you're in full extension or kneeling. And then you can also be either on your hands or on your forearms. Either is fine. Take breaks as you need. If you start to feel like your low back is arching and your stomach is dropping towards the floor, then reset and bring yourself back into position where you're keeping your core braced. Secondly, we have bird dogs. So bird dogs, you're also using your core. We're in that tabletop position, and we're extending opposite arm, opposite leg, while keeping that core engaged. So you're just going to alternate sides. Glute bridges. So you have 2 options for glute bridges. You can either do both legs at the same time, or you can do single leg glute bridges. If you have a foam roller or something you can put your feet on and you want to make them a little more challenging, you can put your feet on the foam roller like such, engage your core, come up and back down. So you want to make sure you're keeping that core engaged as you're pressing up and coming back down. If you were doing single leg, I will let you know halfway through to switch sides, and you are going to extend one leg, keep that core engaged, driving up and back down. So again, focusing on keeping the core engaged and squeezing our glutes and hamstrings to come up. If you're doing both legs on the ground, it'll look just like this. You can keep your arms to your side, engaging your core, driving up with the glutes and hamstrings, and then back down. So any of those, perfectly fine. So last but not least, we have push-ups. So push-ups you're going to also modify. And I actually don't think I've given this modification before. But if you have a foam roller and you're using your foam roller or a pillow or something that's like similar to a foam roller to do your glute bridges, you can also use them for push-ups. So you can actually perform kneeling push-ups with your legs on the foam roller. So you have to make sure that you walk out far enough so that your hands are under your shoulders, and you can do your push-ups like this. So for some people it's more comfortable. For your push-ups, you want to make sure you're pushing from your chest. So you're bringing your shoulder blades down and back, pressing from your chest, keeping your elbows out at a 45-degree angle. If full extension push-ups, kneeling push-ups, or foam roller push-ups don't work for you, another option is going to be a wall push-up. So you can come over to that wall and just make sure you're still keeping that core engaged, coming in and pressing out. So you really want to modify these to meet you where you are. You're going to build more strength with better form in whatever version works best for your body. So we're going to start our first round of circuit 1 here in a second, specifically 22 seconds for the plank. All right. I think I just accidentally undid the live. Hold on 1 second. No, I just turned off the live video. Okay. All right. So let's get started with the plank. Ready and go. 15 seconds left. Three, 2, 1, and rest. I'm gonna mute this video, which you might have heard. Oops. We're full of technical difficulties today. And next up we have bird dogs. So on your hands and knees. Remember, we're alternating sides, keeping our core engaged. Ready and go. And rest. So next we have those glute bridges. Remember, you have a couple options for these. If you want, you can try feet on a foam roller if you have one. Or you can just do regular glute bridges for a single leg. 3, 2, 1, and go. Switch sides. And rest. So last but not least for this set, we have push-ups. So remember, you can modify these as you need. We'll start here in 10 seconds. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. And rest. Great job. Grab some water. I think I've mentioned this in our last two classes, but I'm going to mention it again. If you have not already filled out the census, please fill out the census. If you have questions about filling out the census, Mina at Thundermist, who I'm sure can comment on this post, will be happy to direct you to information and resources on the census It's super important. Rhode Island is in danger of losing a delegate right now. So it's really important that everyone is counted. So fill out the census. Okay, so we're going to repeat circuit 1. So we're starting here in about 30 seconds. Back up with a plank. All right. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Fifteen seconds. And rest. Great job. So we're going to go straight into those bird dogs. You have just over 5 seconds. Remember, you're keeping your core engaged for these. Ready, and go. Try not to kick anything like I just did. And rest. So next up we have those glute bridges. Remember, you can use foam roller, you can use single leg, or you can just do regular glute bridges. I will tell you halfway through to switch. Ready, and go. And switch. And rest. So give everyone a few seconds, and then we're finishing this round up with push-ups. Great job, everyone. So you have 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and go. Great job. So grab some water. I'm going to talk us through circuit 2. All right. So circuit 2 today, we have squats, super people, crunches, and a wall sit. So squats. We'll start here. So at the very beginning of the workout, I mentioned some people might benefit from having a chair or a stool or something that's like sturdy enough for you to sit back on. So squats are going to be when that might be helpful. So if you are, I'm going to start with just squat form. You want to stand at least with your feet hip width apart. You're engaging your core, keeping your chest up, allowing your hips to travel back, knees come forward, knees come out, and then back up. Start from the side, engaging my core, hips come back, knees come forward, and back up. So if you feel like you're leaning really far forward or you're struggling with balance, it might be helpful to put something under your heels. So, for example, you can use a couple books. I'm using this pipe. So, sitting back, I'm able to sit a little further into that squat and sit upright, taking the angle off my calves. So if you feel like your calves are tight or you're leaning really far forward, try elevating your heels. You can also put something behind you, like a chair. So if you feel like you're losing your balance, you just sit down, and then you can come back up from that position. So modify these as you need to. If squatting all the way to 90 degrees bothers your knees or bothers your body, modify that squat to be a shorter distance. So you can even just sit back and come up. So really just adjust this to fit your body's needs. Second up today, we have super people. So for these, you are laying on your stomach. We go do this. You're laying on your stomach, arms outstretched, squeezing your posterior chins, the glutes, hamstrings, a little bit of low back, come up and then back down. So coming up, back down. We'll do those next. After that, we have crunches. So for crunches, you can do any variation of crunch you want. So you can do regular crunches with your knees bent, where you're coming up, just like this. You can do crunches with your legs up, like this. You can do toe touch crunches, where you're crunching towards your toes. Any of those are fine. If you feel like your low back bothers you when you're doing crunches, it can also be helpful to extend one leg and then crunch like this. It'll decrease the amount of flexion in your lumbar spine through the movement, so it'll make it a little bit more comfortable if your back is irritated. Just try to remember to switch which leg is out, so you can do one side for one round and the other side for the other round. Last but not least, we have wall sit. So we have done a wall sit in this class, I think twice, and virtually at least. And the last time we did it was a while ago. So just a refresher. So wall sit, you are pressing yourself against the wall, trying to get as close to 90 degrees with your knees as you can, engaging your core, keeping all the muscles in your legs, so your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes are all tensing, and you're trying to make sure you're putting your weight equally into the front and back of your foot. So you don't want to be all on your toes, you also don't want to be on your heels, you want to be kind of mid-foot, and if you're barefoot, make sure you're maintaining your arch in your foot. So we'll do that for 30 seconds, 30 or 45 seconds. I'll give you time updates. If you've never done a wall sit or you find it really difficult, it might be best to do 15 seconds, rest, 15 seconds, and then finish 15 seconds, or even just maybe 10 or 15 seconds to start. So don't feel like you have to hold that whole time. Again, adjust that to your body's needs. You can also put something, if you feel like you're going to need support, you can put something under you and maybe squat above it. You can also do an air squat, like over a chair like this, and hold if you want. So up to you. So that is our second circuit today. We are going to start in less than 10 seconds. So we are starting with squats. And I'm actually going to elevate my heels today. Ready, and go. And rest. Great job. So next up, we have those super people. So you're laying on your stomach for these. Ready and go. And rest. So you can flip on over. We are going to do a set of crunches. Remember, you can modify these as you need. If these bother your low back, extend one leg. All right. Ready and go. And rest. Great job. So last but not least, we have that wall sit, or you can do a pause squat over your chair. Remember, you can do, I'll call out 15-second intervals. So if you want to just do 10 or 15 seconds, feel free. So get ready. A few more seconds. 5 seconds. And go. "15 seconds. "30 seconds. "3, 2, 1, and 45 seconds. Great job. So grab some water. We're going to rest and repeat. It's actually a very pleasant temperature in here today. A nice 63 degrees. All right. So we're gonna limit rest time a little bit just because we're already a little bit behind. Trying to make sure we're still done by 6. So, sorry, 7. Hello, class starts at 6. So go ahead and get ready for your second set of squats. Feel free to rest as you need. We're gonna start squats in 25 seconds. All right, so 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and go. And last one. Good job. All right, so next up we have super people. So laying on your stomach. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. And last one. Good job. All right. So crunches, any variation you want. Three, 2, 1, and go. And rest. So last but not least, we have one more 45-second wall sit. Remember, you don't have to do the full 45 seconds. And I'll call out every 15 seconds. So you have just under 15 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds. Three, two, one, and rest. Okay, so all we have left, I realize it's already 6:47, but bear with me. All we have left are 3 core exercises. So grab a sip of water. We're gonna get right through them. So first off, we're gonna do a set of jackknives. We've done jackknives before. Just to review, you're laying on your back, arms extended overhead, and then you are crunching up opposite arm to opposite leg, just like this. If these feel really difficult for you, you can instead put your hands on your butt and do opposite leg lowers, so one leg at a time, coming back up. So modify those as you need. We're going to do a set of 20 total, or 10 per side. So ready, and go. And rest. Catch your breath for a second. Next up, we're going to do a 30-second side plank per side. So for those of you who are newer to side planks, I would recommend starting the kneeling side plank. So bending your knees and stacking them on top of each other like this, so not like this, bringing those legs back. And then you're engaging your core to come up, and you're holding here. And you can rest as much as you need. So try to come up for like 5-10 seconds, rest, repeat. We're gonna hold for up to 30 seconds. If you're doing full extension, you can just stack your feet like this. And go. Three, two, one, and switch sides. So same thing, other side, and go. And rest. All right, so last but not least, we're gonna do a set of 30 Russian twists, so 15 per side. So if you are less familiar with these, keep your feet on the ground, lean back slightly, and you're just gonna rotate like this. You can start with a really small range of motion, and then make it bigger as you feel a little more comfortable. If that feels too easy, then you can lift your legs up, and then rotate like this. So we're gonna do a set of 30, and then you are done for the day. So 15 per side. Ready, and go. And that is it. So as always, thank you all for coming to Movement Mondays. I am Alex Weaver. I am coach and owner of Alien Athletes. Thank you to Governess for sponsoring this class. Thank you all for attending every week. And this class happens every Monday at 6 p.m. So I will see you all next Monday, same time, same place. Thanks. Have a good night.